So here we are in the Peugeot 308 GTI, and after a facelift late last year, it's still feeling fresh, this car. It's basically the same mechanically, so under the bonnet there's a 1.6 litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine kicking out 267 brake horsepower. And it really loves to rev, this car. Unlike some of its larger engine rivals where they sort of tail off at the top end, this thing rushes to its rev limiter. But it's not just about the engine. This car's chassis is really nice. It's been tuned by Peugeot Sport, so it feels really adjustable. And with a Torsen limited slip differential on the front axle, there's plenty of traction coming out of the corners. There's also big Alcon brakes, so it brakes really, really stably, and you can just lean on them going into corners. And steering as well, it's very quick, so it just enhances that fit. Oh, hang on, who's this?
Out of the way, Carson! Carson, seriously. A name that's suitable only for a bachelor. And it's a good job he has moved out of the way, because this is the new kid on the block. Now, with Hyundai, we've been used to them over the past 10 years, steadily improving their brand image, improving the quality of their cars, and all of their cars come with a long and prestigious warranty. But they've never built a hot hatch until now, because this is it, the i30N. And don't think this is some sort of half-assed attempt, because Hyundai has thrown everything, including the kitchen sink, at this car to allow it to take on the big boys of Ford, Volkswagen, Seat, Peugeot, etc, etc. But they haven't done it just by sticking a big engine under the bonnet and putting big brakes on it. They've actually employed a very special man. Now, he's called Albert Biermann. Now, he's from BMW, but he hasn't just been making the 3 Series and the X1 and things like that, but he's the man responsible for building some of the very best M cars ever. So the usual run-of-the-mill dull as ditchwater i30 has been totally re-engineered. This car has been developed at the Nürburgring, hence the new N badge on it. And everything has been changed. This car has got various different drive modes. In fact, there are 1,944 different ways you can configure the car. So you can change the EDIF, you can change the ESC, you can change the exhaust note, you can change the steering, etc, etc. This is a real geeky car. And on paper at least, it's very similar to the Peugeot. Similar amount of power, both are front-wheel drive, both are 6-speed manuals, both cost around the same and have similar power and torque figures. But this car is way more geeky than the Peugeot. But we're not here to debate that kind of thing. We simply want to know which is quickest around our track. Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let battle commence. Here comes a very angry northerner.
So, let's start the lap.
And away he starts.
Those Alcon brakes are really nice. Good response from the front end, plenty of bite, and the diff on the way out helps the traction. Wow, it feels really agile through that tight little section there.
Doesn't sound very good either, does it? That's just a moany, drony French sound.
The diff through that long corner just helps the front hook up really well. Romping down the straight, again, big heavy braking zone. Car feels nice and stable. Good on that quick direction change. Last corner, make sure we get a good exit onto the straight.
Pretty good, I have to say, and
Got the pot there. So, what was the time?
Did it feel quick?
Yeah, it felt really nice.
It was quick. It was a 46.6. To put that into perspective, that's 1/10 off the old Civic Tyre Pod we put it around to.
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, diff works really well around that long corner.
Yeah.
Power delivery's lovely.
Yeah.
Brakes are really solid.
It's nice to know you get your excuses in, because I tell you the i30N is going to be quicker. That time's beatable, mate.
Your
It
turn.
is. No, I'm going to beat you. Onto the home straight. Snatching fourth.
Right, here comes Batch in the i30N. Let's see what he can do. Start the clock there.
That rev matching function doing a treat. Oh, the back end stepping out just a little bit, but kiss that curb.
He's obviously found his driving gloves. I can't not laugh.
Head out onto the back of the circuit, and you've just got to wait for the diff to kick in, and now it's there, and it's clawing the tarmac tenaciously, and we're firing down the back straight, nudging 100, hard on the brakes, through the chicane. The front end on this car is just exceptional, it really is. And it corners so flatly. Right, onto the straight, grabbing fourth.
Oh, he's in fourth gear. Stop the clock. There. Ooh.
Come on then, I've won, haven't I?
What do you think it was?
46.5? No?
47.8.
47.8?
1.2 seconds slower.
1.2 seconds. Right, no, that's it. No, we're going to change cars. I'm not doing this. Cut. 1.2 seconds was a huge gap for a car that was tuned at the Nürburgring and whose chassis had some of BMW M's magic sprinkled on it. So to prove that it was all the car's fault and not mine, I gave the keys to the Northerner, who was feeling quite smug.
No, not smug, Batch. Just happy with my performance.
Just tell the viewers what happened next.
We swapped cars and each did another hot lap, and, against the odds, the result was the same.
So it was all the car's fault and not the driver's. That's basically what we're saying here.
Sort of. Despite all the Hyundai's configurable driving settings, the Peugeot with its one mode was just faster, and the stopwatch doesn't lie. It's a combination of things. The diff hooks up better than the Hyundai's electronically controlled setup, the brakes have more power and feel, and it's more than 200 kilograms lighter, which round a shortish, tight lap like our track has a big impact on lap time.
But while it was outgunned by the more simple, back-to-basics GTI, the i30N is still a highly impressive hot hatch, even more so considering it's Hyundai's first ever effort. I feel this won't be the last time we'll be seeing the i30N at our test track. To see some more hot hatches being hurled around our test track, click the video window on the left for another track battle, and on the right for a comparison between the Ford Focus RS mount tune and the Mercedes AMG A45. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel by pressing the Auto Express logo, and thanks for watching.